Hey guys, Warm here again, and I know I haven't posted a video in a while, and so I just wanted to say, hey, I'm still alive, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the E25 as it was in the shop, and I actually picked one up myself. I think this was sold maybe like last year or maybe 2 years ago in like a huge bundle, but I didn't feel like it was a worthy purchase at the time, and so now they actually have a bundle for it. I think it's around $30 for just the tank, and this tank is infamous in the World of Tanks community, and so I'm going to show you a really good game that I had today. And then I'm also going to show you a game someone else had that someone uploaded to the replay website. So first thing that I want to talk about with the E25 is the borderline overpowered, well, I would say really overpowered mechanic that the tank does not lose any camo value after shooting. So as you saw there, because of all the bushes that were in between me and the other E25, I was not spotted even though I shot. And you notice that I instinctively reversed after I shot, just because I thought I was going to get spotted, but I never did. And another thing is I put binos and a camo net on just to I guess help with the stealthiness. Seeing as the gun traverse, I'd say, is probably the only weakness of this tank, and maybe a bit of the armor. Because of the gun traverse, you have to kind of move the whole tank a lot, and so you don't really want to be in close quarter battles. You want to be in a position where you have your binos and camo net set up, right? I think there could be an argument if you have a really good crew to put coated optics on, as you'll see in the next battle. He's able to reach the 445 meters view range with that setup, so I might switch to that just because I generally like to active scout, as well as another huge positive to the E25 is it gets preferential matchmaking. So the worst matchmaking you'll see is tier 8s. So in general, you can just do amazing things with this tank. So in a situation, I see the tier 7 EBR is too shottable for me, so I go into that bush. Although I do get spotted, the reload time is so quick on this tank that I'm able to stay there and finish him off without receiving any damage. And here I think I made a bit of a mistake, but luckily no one was aimed in here. I was still spotted when I approached this bush here, and if there had been someone at like A6, they probably would have had a shot on me. So you're just waiting patiently, hoping that KV-13 will push forward, but no cigar. And now I notice a score 5-1. I want to push the advantage here if I want to get some more use out of this game. So here, just setting my bino, seeing if I can spot anyone in the back, and lo and behold, I spot the Firefly and this AMX. So prioritizing the juicier target here, and unfortunately he stops behind that building. So now just lining up a shot on this Firefly, get a kill there. And lining up a shot on the Hellcat here. Get 2 nice shots into him, and then get the killing shot as well. So this tank is definitely a sniper extraordinaire. I think the tank is more commonly known as the Cockroach, seeing as it just doesn't die. And look at that shot. That was an amazing shot right there. It just loops that shot over. I didn't think I wasn't even fully aimed there, and still managed to kill that flying pig. Artillery player is gonna hate me. Luckily, I hate you back. Now focusing on this tier 6 Soviet premium tank, the T-3045M, with enhanced frontal armor. And luckily I get the tracking shot on him. And now just trying to push the advantage here. I want to try to clear one flank while the other two heavies are kind of distracted. So here, gonna just go brawl with this KP85. I know I can beat his reload, have way better DPM than him. And then turn around on this T29 who's tunnel visioning really hard. Unfortunately bounce off. Looks like that shot may have gone off the turret. And then also dodge the Hummel. And already up to 6 kills. Pretty great game. 2,600 damage. And now just hunting this last tank, the AMX M445, the tier 7. That tank was definitely a struggle to play. It's a huge tank. It's decently mobile, but not really. And you know, just has an okay gun, but has like no gun depression. Really inflexible heavy tank. He's AFK, unfortunately. Get 2 shots into him, and I think someone else finishes him off. Yeah. So, pretty great game in the E25. I think this was maybe my 4th or 5th game in this tank. So, really a nice tank. So let's take a look at the other replay. All right, hey guys, I'm back here with replay number 2, and this is a replay of Steve Judge in the HAM clan, and he's driving here in his E25 on Redshire, and this is a really nice matchup. Again, with the previous matchup was also a really nice matchup in the top tier, and that's really common with the E25, as it does get preferential matchmaking, as I said before. So this is kind of your typical matchmaking that you'll get, and I can already imagine that on Redshire that this is going to be a pretty great game. There are 3 light tanks on either side, as well as 3 artilleries, so one thing to keep in mind. This tank does not take artillery shells very well, as it is a paper tank. And Steve initially knocks down all these trees here, which is really good. You just got to be careful with any artilleries who are aimed in on this position, because this is a very common hill. And he's just waiting. Looks like an SU-100Y is spotted. And then also notice the rings on the mini-map. He's able to get up to that 445 meters view range with his tank, right? And look at that. He's not even in the bush, and he's not getting spotted. Even though there's most likely there's like a light tank here. This is very common bush for a light tank to be in, and yet he's not being spotted. It goes to show how overpowered the mechanic is to you know, not lose any camo value after you shoot. He's not even in a bush, and he's firing and not getting spotted. So here he moves into this furthermost up bush, and I like what he does here. He retreats behind the bush, so it's not transparent, and he finishes off that SU-100Y. Look at this. How is this AMX? I don't understand how he didn't spot him earlier. Maybe he wasn't there, but Steve also uses really good bush mechanics in this game. You'll also see Steve struggle a little bit with the gun traverse of this tank, right? I mean, a lot of these light tanks have like 400 plus view range. They definitely have, because some of them have 400 or 390, 400 meters view range base, right? So look at that. He didn't even go behind the bush, and he's not even getting spotted. It goes to show how ridiculous the camo values are on this tank, right? He takes a blind shot at that T-34 100, and I think if he shoots here, he's definitely gonna get spotted. Needs to back up behind this bush. He couldn't resist. Yeah, that light tank was just a little bit too close. Now, yeah, the smart thing is to go down the hill, use the momentum to retreat. And now he's waited about 10 seconds, so looks like he's off the map. Most likely he's no longer spotted, and now he's gonna push the advantage on this flank. And notice the score there. They're up by 2 tanks, but they're really behind by 200 HP, right? So he gets lit from most likely that Type 62. And look at that artillery. Takes out 126 or 27 HP, right? Another, I think, slight weakness of this tank is it does have low ammo. Oh, takes a huge shot from the M44. I'm not sure if he's still spotted, because he probably was spotted that entire time, potentially from that Type 62. Because he was still on that ridge when he was lit, and although the counter counted down, he may have been relit in that time. So, now he's doing some amazing spotting here. Getting some shots into this M44. Finishes him off and doesn't even get lit, right? That Type 62 has moved onto that hill. I think that was probably a mistake on his part, potentially. He's only on 200 HP, so maybe he doesn't want to be as aggressive, but because this Type 62 leaves this bush over here, he doesn't provide his team with good view range, and is allowing Steve Judge to move into this advanced position and spot pretty much his entire team on this western flank, right? So really on Redshire, map control is really important. Look at that, he already has a patrol duty. This tank, I think with his equipment setup, can be a relatively good active scout, right? With the superb camo values that you have, you could take forward positions and get good view range out. So he's gonna pop up into this bush again. Look at that, spots this Su-122, which is the Soviet premium preferential matchmaking tank destroyer, right? I also purchased that tank a while back on sale. That tank, I think, in certain situations it's better because of the really nicely sloped armor that you have on that tank, but I'd say in most situations the E25 is probably a better bet, just because of the overpowered mechanic that it has. And I think that tank, I'm not sure if it used to have the same mechanic as the E25 where it doesn't lose camo after it shoots, but maybe it doesn't. I know it doesn't now, but I'm not sure if it once did or not. So now he's moving forward to see if he can get shots on this AMX. He was shooting gold earlier because he was running low on AP, but I think that situation he should have shot premium rounds, because they have a much higher shell velocity, which he probably would have hit maybe 2 of those shots there. And now he gets proxy lit by this Cromwell. He's going to move forward a little bit and see if he can take some shots at him. He gets one shot in there, and then he tries auto aiming on this T-34, and there's only 1 artillery left, but I would be careful if I'm him, because he's a top tier tank and he's E25, most likely a high priority for artillery, right? And he just sits there. I think he was using that Su-100Y as a I guess like a shield, so that's also next level plays there, I guess. And so now he's up to 5 kills already, and he just has the Cromwell and the M44 he's hunting, and he only has 8 APCR rounds left, right? And I like what he does here. Look at this, he backs up behind the rock. He's not even looking at the artillery while he kills him, to make sure that he's not getting shot in the side by the Cromwell, right? Very, very smart play. And he finishes off both tanks with 4,000 damage. Amazing game. So really great job, Steve Judge. from the Ham clan, showing us how you really excel in the E25. So let's take a look at the post-game stats. All right, hey guys, we're back here in the post-game stats. In the first game that I played on Overlord, you can see that's the first class, and we also got the high caliber for doing 20% of the total damage on our team, as well as the top gun for getting 6 kills. So this was almost 3,000 damage and 1,217 base experience. So you can really get a lot of experience playing this premium tank, especially in your good matchups right here. It definitely helped that the enemy team didn't really had a bunch of people who kind of didn't really do much, especially the 3 tier 7s on the enemy team. So definitely helped us. And we can see 34 shots fired, 27 direct hits, 24 penetrations. So we hit about a third of our shots. Definitely need to be a little bit more accurate with this tank. Let's see, a lot of it was actually close quarters, so that's very interesting. Not very much assistance, and we netted 70,000 credits. So pretty good credit maker when you're, don't have to fire a lot of premium rounds, and a pretty quick game, 6 minutes. So first game. Second game, which was Steve's performance, actually got a second mark of excellence. So I'm playing this tank much longer than I have. Ace tanker, a Scoochie's medal for killing 2 enemy SPGs, patrol duty, so spotting really well with his setup, able to get to that 445 meters view range even without binos. So high caliber, 20%, and top gun. So obviously he had a lot of targets this game. 4,200 damage, 7 kills, and 1919 base experience. So spectacular game on his part. He shot 51 shells and it hit 35. So about the similar marksmanship as to my game. About a little bit over half of his shells were from over 300 meters. So really you can see the sniping ability of the E25. And he also got 3,400 assistance damage for being, front lines and having that excellent view range. He did have to pay for the consumable as well as his ammunition. So, but he still netted 53,000 credits. So when you do have a really good game, you have to fire a lot of premium, you can still make a decent profit. And this was a 7.5 minute battle. So amazing battle for Steve here. Let me know your thoughts on wargaming, selling this tank again. And, I think a lot of people are kind of concerned about the matchmaker at this level, at this low tier, being swamped with all these overpowered tanks. They also sold that LAKEY tank, the leaf blower, at tier 5, that French tier 5 artillery, which has the ridiculous 390 meters of view range. So I didn't actually manage to pick that tank up, but we'll see where this takes us. Maybe it's a bad sign for wargaming that they have to sell these overpowered tanks to continue to be profitable. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I also have a bunch of replays in the Type 61 that I have, as well as some other higher tier tanks that I want to showcase with you guys. So please leave me your thoughts, and thank you for watching. War Room out.